Hello everyone. In this video, we'll talk about templates in C++. By the way, what exactly the template is? Can you recall when you made your first resume and how you made that? So, I'm very sure you must have taken a resume of your friend, replace, your name at his name, your address at his address, your academics at his academics, and you find that your resume is ready. What exactly you have done? You have just used your friend's resume as template and fill in your information there, isn't it? Another good example, you go to a bank to open some account, correct? What you get, I guess you get a form on which you need to fill in your information. Again, you put your name in front of the name, you put your address at appropriate place, you put your email, mobile, pan card number, and what else information, you put a sign. What you find it there, I guess a template of data acquisition was ready. Moment you put in information over there, it becomes your account opening form. Again, this is a real life example of templates. What we are going to talk about, we are going to talk about how templates are used in like a programming languages. Just for your information, C++ is not the only programming language having template concept. You can find this concept is also available into the languages like Java, Scala, C Sharp, and so on and so forth, right? So what basically the template is, we say that when we need some algorithm to be implemented for different data types, we go with the templates. What I'm saying, when same algorithm or same logic is to be used for multiple data types, we go for something called as a template. What exactly it means, I just come up with like examples. Let's say that you want to do kind of swapping of two numbers. If you want to swapping of two numbers, I hope your algorithm is quite similar. T is equal to A is equal to B, and B is equal to T. I guess it is as easy as. However, what will change depending on a data type, the things will change. If you want to swap integers, you pass integer. If you want to swap float, probably you use float. If you want to swap character, you use character, and so on and so forth. But the core logic remains same. Other way around, probably you want to create a linked list. As you want to create a linked list, you want to create a linked list of integer. You typically declare integer data and kind of point it to the next, correct? But in future you want to make a linked list of double, I guess you need to put double data and again point it to the next. If you want, let's say, create a character linked list, create character data and then point it to the next inside your structure node, isn't it? So the same idea, I'm saying, when your logic remains same, when your algorithm remains same, we go for templates. It saves us from writing the same code again and again. In C++, we have two types of templates. One, we call it as a function template, and second, we'll call it as a class template, correct? And then on which data type it will work? I said that the data type we need to pass as a parameter to the template, correct? You can use a class keyword or we can use a type name keyword for the same. Then the question is that, then how it works? Does it work at runtime or does it work at compile time? Let me tell you, depending on whatever data type that you pass, the compiler generate the code of function. Please note, even though you are not writing the function individually for each data type, the compiler will automatically generate the function looking at the template provided by you. So understand it very well. Templates are not going to save your space. Your code size will remain same. But definitely as a programmer, your efforts are less because you are not writing the same code again and again for each different data type. Correct? Do take care of it. Let us take a look at template functions. Just now, as you can see, there is a basic logic how we can swap two integers using a function in C++. Correct? So the logic is like pretty clear. We are simply saying that temp is equal to A is equal to B, and B is equal to temp. And you are passing two integers. I'm very sure you will be able to find out it will be 4 and 8 over here. But after swap, you should be able to find out 8 and 4 there. Isn't it? Yeah. However, in future, I believe that I want to swap, let's say, not integer number, but the float number. What all efforts that I need to take? Probably I want to write one more function where it is not taking integers, but it is taking kind of a float values. So you can go ahead, you can declare float A, you can declare float B. Inside that, you can declare float temporary variable, and while creating the objects and passing of functions, what you can do, you can declare it like a float variables and pass it to the function, and the same logic but different code will work for swapping a float as well. Something similar you can do it for char, double, long. Forget, in future you want some user defined object, let's say that employee objects you want to swap. Can you swap that? I guess yes, even that is possible. All I need is that I need to write, the employee A, employee B, and let's say employee team. And what we are doing over there, we are just swapping two employee objects. Only thing we need to take care that we need to create the objects of employee into the main, and we need to pass that. I hope you're getting the point. But is there any point writing the same logic again and again and again and again? No. What can be the better way? The better way is nothing but function template. So how exactly we write the function template? We said that we don't write the data type. We don't write the data type. Instead of that, we write the placeholder for that. We write the placeholder for that, and we tell the compiler what we tell the compiler. We tell the compiler that T is a name of data type. T is name of data type. How you can tell it to the compiler? Just go ahead, use a template keyword on the top of function, and along with that use type name or a class keyword, and tell it that this T is nothing but a data type. Now, how it will actually work? It all works, when you pass the function, when you pass the arguments to the function, at that time compiler detect, oh, this is a float value, this is also a float value. Internally, compiler generate a new function. Internally, compiler generate a new function by replacing t with float, t with float, and t with float, and this function will then be called. Please do take care of it. Later on, if you said that I want to pass, let's say, short values, what will happen? Again, nothing much. Internally, compiler will generate a new function by replacing t with short, t with short, t with short, and again a new function is made ready. Again, I'm repeating that inside there will be multiple functions present. If multiple times function is called with the different argument, we are not saving space, but definitely we are saving our efforts of writing swap function again and again and again. I hope You got the idea. Writing template function is so easy. If you look at very carefully, I would not really call it as, I would not really call this as function template, but I would like to call it as template of a function. What we have written is a template of a function, and in that template of a function is followed by the compiler to write the actual functions by replacing t with appropriate data types. Correct? So it is as easy as this. Going ahead going ahead just to take a quick look at template function is written using template keyword. It is written using template keyword, and generic type argument is given using type name keyword. We can also use class keyword instead of type name keyword. Please do take care of it. Considering the argument used while calling the function, compiler generate the function for the intended type. Just now I was explaining you the same. For sake of simplicity, in this example, I have considered both data types are of same type. However, not necessarily. You will find that template may have multiple different type arguments, and at times we can also have constant values as argument there. Correct? Usually you will find that the template function logic will be used for almost all the data type, but there are chances that your basic logic may not work for one or two data type. If at all it is happening, then you may think of writing a specialized template function. Just to give an example, this swap logic goes very well for int, float, char, double, even for a user defined type. But what if you want to swap two character array? Can we swap two character array using the same function? Two character array, if you want to swap, you cannot use kind of equal to. In that case, probably you need to use kind of strcpy function, isn't it? Now I would say that this logic may not work there. Please go ahead, you can create your own separate function by the same name, but you can specify char star over there. You can declare your own character array there, and you can apply strcpy logic for swapping two strings. Is it? Yes. And such kind of function you would call it as specialized template function, right? So this was a basics of function template. But let me go even a step ahead. Let me talk about what basically the class templates are. What basically class template are. I'll take up an example of, let's say, that kind of a stack class. I hope you understand that a very basic stack is nothing but last in first out kind of data structure. Is it? Yeah. So what basically a stack using array needs? Probably we need some array of some fixed size. You can consider that size is hash defined as 5 or 6 or whatever you want. Correct? We can think of pushing some element. Correct? And pushing element logic is very simple. We simply say top plus plus AR of top is equal to element. How do you pop the element? All we say that top minus minus. Correct? And if you want to, let's say, pick a value, you want to get the topmost value, probably your logic would be as simple as returning topmost value. Isn't it? Absolutely fine. I'm very sure you will ensure that when object is created in a constructor, you make even top is equal to -1. Correct? So you can always go ahead. You will also write a kind of constructor saying that top is equal to -1. Yes, we have taken care of that as well. Now, this goes well, no doubt. This will work well for integers. But you ever thought of in future you want to work it for, let's say, float? What all efforts that you need to take? I guess you need to go back. You need to go back and somewhere you use integer. You want to replace it with, let's say, float array. While pushing, you need to pass the float element. While pick, you want to return the float value. Is it that easy? Yes, it is that easy, but it is forcing you to rewrite the entire code once again. Correct? In future, you want to do it for the character. What you can do? Again, the same story, but replace that float with character. What I'm saying is that you are trying to follow the same logic of push, same logic of pop, same logic of pick again and again. Only thing differs is nothing but data type. Correct? So question is, can we simplify this? Yes, instead of writing the same logic again and again, it would be a good idea that we go for a template class. And again, it is basically a template of a class, right? So what can be done? We can always tell the compiler, I want array not of only integer, but I want array of generic t type, and I will pass the element of t type, and obviously while returning I will return that ARR of top. I hope you have noted that the top being a index, it will be always the same, it will be always integer. Very sure, when you're writing even a constructor, you want to ensure that top is initialized to -1 only, right? But you want to tell the compiler what this t is. I want to tell the compiler that t is a type name, and this my underscore stack is a template of a class. How do I tell compiler? Just go ahead, declare template, and you specify that type name is t. Correct? But while creating a object, listen carefully. While creating a object, now you need to tell the system that I want to create a stack of integer. What compiler will do? Compiler will create a kind of a new class replacing t with integer at all the places. I hope it is making sense. Not only that, in future I want to create, let's say, stack of float. What all I need to do? Just go to your main or wherever you want to use that. Just put it, my stack of float. Internally, compiler generates a new class replacing t with float. I hope it is very easy. So this is basically the idea of a template class. A quick review. We say that template class is also declared using template keyword, and generic time argument is given using type name or class keyword. While creating the object of a template class, type argument must be passed, which we have seen over here, right? Then each function of a template class is by default a template function, correct? So every function that you are able to see over here, let it be the push function, let it be the pop function, let it be the pick function, by default every function is a template function. Do take care of it. Where these templates are actually used, then again you are saying that it should be a same logic, only a different data type. Correct? So the best example or best use case for the template would be implementation of data structures. So you know that just now we implemented stack using template, we can implement queue using template, we can implement linked list using template, we can implement trees using template, we can implement hash table using template. Is it? Yes. But if you come down to the real world C++, you will realize that it is that people don't want to write their own stack and queue. Why it is so? Because C++ has got its own standard template library implementing all common data structures. We call it as STL in general. Definitely you can use STL, but for that you should have at least the basic idea regarding what template is, and that is what we try to see in this video. I hope you found this video useful. Enjoy. Thank you very much.